Yes, we are back once more into the breach, dear friends, as we resume our travels across the sky on the Manticore, the airship captained by Sky Captain Flint, the Githyanki wild spacer, who is currently lost on one of the worlds that he's been traveling, and carrying very precious cargo.
Indeed, the most precious cargo of all.
Precious is the word.
Which some unseen people.
Yes, where we left off, Elminster was too clever to go to sleep.
Well, he got you there,
Perfectly
didn't he?
safe environment, and heard someone drifting into the room and the draw of steel.
Here's a hint. When the dungeon master says, "Do you set a watch?" the answer is always yes.
Do you go to sleep? It's like,
No.
I thought that was
no.
assumed.
I just wanted to have a cool scene about what people were dreaming about. I don't know.
Okay, so you said something yesterday before you asked if we went to sleep, and you were saying it to Continuum when she was checking the veil, and you said, the veil seems stronger here. And then you're like, do you go to sleep? I'm like, is he going to throw us into another nightmare segment? I was like, I quit. No.
But before we jump straight into that incident, Sky Captain Flint,
Aye.
you, of course, are having a very nice, leisurely rest in your quarters,
Indeed,
separated
I am.
from the
Having
rest of the
walked the deck and whatnot, checked in and turned things over to my subordinates.
Yes. I assume there's some level of chain of command where Mr. Hooper generally takes care of everything while you're sleeping. Is that
Aye, Hooper's an able gnome at that.
okay? So then it would be, I think, behoove you to be aware of the fact that there are gnome-sized hands slamming against your door, and the familiar voice of your first mate screaming, "Captain! Captain!"
Sounds like gnome hands on me door. I assume they're about,
2.5 feet up. Yeah, it's very rapid.
Judging by the surface area
I've
of
read
the
this
hand,
book.
The noise they're making. All right, well, I know a gnome hand when I hear one. So I jump out of me bed, throw on me hat, and open the door.
And
Throw on something else.
Nothing else, mind you. But to make sure my hat's on.
Throwing me hats.
I don't feel like a captain.
Priorities.
Captain! Enemy ship on the starboard!
Enemy ship, Hooper, what's going on here?
They fly the violet flag!
Then, Hooper, all hands fair stations, rally the troops. I'll put on me pantaloons.
Your combat pantaloons.
Indeed.
There's an item for the book.
He's got
Combat
that.
Guy Captain's combat pantaloons.
Never be caught without them.
No,
Or your
I will busy myself, grab me weapons and whatnot, and sure, pantaloons as well, and of course, the elven chain and whatnot.
Yeah, the armor, yeah.
I mean, the elven chain is comfortable enough that I sleep in it.
Okay.
The pantaloons are to cover
No,
your
the
weapons.
pantaloons, they chafe a bit, so I take them off.
They chafe.
Have you ever seen Deadpool? It's like that.
Yeah.
All right, so I will, of course,
Go home.
prepare and drink. And Hooper, of course, has ordered to get...
He's mostly mobilized the crew at this point. He just figured you might want to be awake for an enemy ship attacking you.
Oh, well, you figured right.
Yeah.
You figured right. Thank you. Well done.
So as you make your way onto deck, you can see that it's still nighttime. It is quite dark, but there is the glow of the crystals on the sides of the ship and various lanterns that are around. So you can still see fairly well. And up ahead, you see the glowing lights of other crystals of another ship coming right for you. And they bear violet sails and flags. You would know these to be a ship likely belonging to the Violet Wraiths. They call themselves a political party. Others would refer to them as terrorists.
Well, it all depends on your perspective.
Exactly.
I suppose.
They are vehemently anti-surfacer and believe that Lunalia should remain strictly for Lunalians.
I see. Well, I'm not one to dabble in politics, but I will get the crew to raise shields.
Yeah, they have been they're
It's
very
already up. Keep the shields up there.
yeah they're approaching very aggressively.
Question. This is more of a game mechanics question. Are we able to fire with the shields raised?
You certainly can. This is all magical stuff, so it does what you need it to do, and it is designed around that. What I will say is that you only have so much energy from your engine, and everything you do will cost more and more energy. So the more cannons you fire, the more ballistae you fire, the more shields you raise, the more evasive actions you take, the lower and lower your energy reserves will get until you hit 0, at which point you fall from the sky.
Of course, of course. Well, we will have the shields raised, of course,
Yes.
and I assume the weapons are ready to fire. If necessary.
They have been prepared, yes.
Good, good. All right. Hailing frequencies. No, I don't think we can do that.
not quite.
All right, all right.
You can scream at
I'll
them.
just shout. I'll just shout. Avast! Who approaches the Manticore?
The response is swift and loud as a bright golden light emits from their front-facing cannon and slams into the magical shield that surrounds your ship.
Return fire!
All right.
Are we on deck too, or are we
No, you are
down
still
the
in your
cabin?
rooms
Just
as
checking.
we are now coming back to you.
Okay.
So this is happening a little bit ahead of time.
This is roughly at the same time.
Oh, so the cold steel, we're still sleeping.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you've heard steel being drawn in the dark.
and I said, "Oh, an unexpected delivery."
Yes. They ready themselves to attack. Is there anything else that you would like to do before they lunge?
Everett's black tentacles.
Okay. That'll probably wake the two of them up with the noise that that'll be
Yeah.
making.
Well, I decided disintegrate is a little, or chain lightning, because
Well, so
they're in the same
I will
room.
say the problem with disintegrate is if you miss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other things
Yeah.
that could be
So
disintegrated.
Everett's black tentacles.
Okay.
In such a way that it's not unexpected bondage time
towards
for my-
towards the door
Yeah,
frame
yeah.
rather than the room itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I didn't expect any of this early in the morning.
And I assume when you do that, there's some chanting involved, or is it more of a?
It's a more of a there is one thing in the incantation that is just sort of like, come to me.
Okay.
That's it.
With the violence currently ongoing, I think Loholt, you would be sort of disrupted from your.
So I sort of picture
Slumber.
Loholt just kind of like leaning up against the deck of his bed there with the sword, and like this tentacle going between his legs, and he just be like, "Whoa!" and it kind of slides over and starts attacking some weird shadow. In which case he just would be in complete shock for a moment,
I didn't
And-
order that dream yet.
and then he'd be like, "What's it?" He'd yank his sword out real quick, and immediately just his eyes would spark, and you would see this amber glow would happen as I blast off amber
So as
light
light
in the room.
filters into the room, you see 3 individuals who are. You recognize them as someone who was some members of the crew. They currently have amethyst enameled blades drawn, curved daggers, and are combating black tentacles that have erupted from all around them. As Elminster just kind of has his hands out. And,
Hi, boys.
yeah. There is also someone you do recognize, a 4th individual who is Mr. Jimsy, the cook, who also wields a blade and is with these 3 folk. The continuum, I think, at this point, most likely, unless you were very, very deep in some dreamscaping of yourself, I think there's enough rattle and noise going on that you would probably awaken. So what we'll do, we shall roll initiative for everybody, including Captain Flint. Would you like to roll for your ship
Right.
and then the
so
crew
a
and the
separate
crew
roll.
therein?
A
Yes.
separate roll for the crew.
Yeah, so you can do one for yourself and then one for the crew of the ship altogether. The
Very
crew
good.
does get a -2 because the ship is not super fast.
Gotcha.
So because Elminster and Continuum are within my
Nice.
aura, paladins
Mhm.
of the Oath of the Ages gain aura of acceleration. So when you spark into action, you feel this like jolt of energy, and you gain my charisma bonus to your initiative roll, which is +5.
Oh, wow.
as time speeds up, you would know this as the warriors of the temporal mystics have. The paladins and the Justicars, the temporal mystics, have the ability to speed up time around them. So this shouldn't be unfamiliar to you, and you've experienced this once before when we fought the night parade. So you may add 5 to your initiatives.
Wee.
Oh, that's a good old 1.
Well done.
But I think I've done a bit better. So let's see. It's a total of a 21 initiative for the captain. The crew rolled a 17, so that you said they're at a -2, is that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they're at 15.
Okay.
And I am at 18 with Paladin's assistance.
Okay.
I'm at 12.
Okay. And what do we have for continuing?
23.
Ooh, you're first. Very good. What would you like to do?
I would like to.
So you awaken to see the scene, everything lit in the amber glow of Loholt's blade, as there are these 4 individuals who seem rather hostile, or at least are currently engaged in some level of defense against Elminster's tentacled harassment.
Are all of them harassed by the tentacles?
They are all of them currently avoiding harassment of the tentacles.
I've seen
They're
cartoons.
trying
like
to.
Yes. We obviously subscribe to the same quality entertainment.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that they're a bit staggered out. It's not like they're all.
Well, they all came through the doorway together, so they are actually kind of clumped up.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Get them right in the clumps.
Yeah.
Well, it's just would I know if I cast lightning bolt, would this destroy the ship?
The bosun might have a word with you.
It
Yeah.
might ricochet around the room.
Mhm. So maybe not such a great idea. All right, I cast asleep.
Hey!
Okay.
One of my classic favorites.
I need 5.
You need a lot of dice.
Yeah, I need a lot of dice.
Yeah, D8s, right?
Yeah, I need
Yeah,
like.
the Eke special.
Did you get the? Did you take the manipulation to increase the dice of sleep?
I did not
Okay.
because I had to make some very careful choices.
Yeah, every single choice for the sage is.
It's a choice.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, it was hard. There's another D8 in here somewhere.
You can borrow mine. If
You
you
can
want.
take mine too. I got 2 here if you'd like them. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. I just need 5. Oh, these are nicer.
Yeah.
These
There
are
you go.
yours. Okay. Whoops.
Might need that one after all. Ooh.
All right, that looks
that
pretty
looked
good.
pretty
except
good.
for that
Oh,
one.
sorry that my dice underperformed.
That's 14. 20.
It's got a bunch of 7s. My
It
20.
dice.
never happens to me.
It's never happened before, I swear. It's first time rolling anxiety.
Yeah, that'll be 29, and sorry, I'm not sure if I get to add something to
I
that.
think it's
No, it's just a straight up roll.
right? Yeah.
You can
Mhm.
upcast it if you want for additional D8s, but
No, I'll leave it.
Okay, so you do learn 2 things about this. One is that these guys are a bit hardier in that a 29 does not completely take them down. And 2 is that as the sleep begins to, so you kind of again pulling that mana from the veil, and it's again you have to really tug to get those dregs out of the veil, and then you throw the sleep out. And one of them, who as they're moving to kind of keep these tentacles away from them, their sleeve rears up, and you see that as the sleep descends, a tattoo of a skull with an amethyst blade piercing through it glows up on their arm.
So I see that, and I call out, and I say I recognize that symbol.
This is violet rays.
Yeah, and I just call out Violet Wraiths.
Is the name of my new garage.
That will then take us to Captain Flint. Now you're on deck.
So I am. Now, how far away is this enemy ship?
The enemy ship is approximately. What's the movement speed? They are currently 60 feet.
Ah, well,
On
that's
your
just
bow.
within your range. So, can I spot anyone on the decks?
Yes, you can spot some of their gunners, as well as often they're aft. You can see they have a helmsperson. And there does appear to be a captain barking orders, an Ariel elf, blue skin and large plumage.
Lovely. And how many of the crew are gathered around this captain, would you say?
Approximately 3.
Lovely. So I'd be able to catch them all within the range of a shatter spell.
Yes, you would.
Good. All right, then. So, I've already given the order to return fire to the
Yes,
crew.
and on their turn, they will do that.
Lovely. All right, so the captain and his 3, you say, crew members?
Yes.
Right. They'll all be taking this, then. Shatter spell will go off. I'm going to be upcasting it. You know what? I'm going to upcast it at 5th level.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
You don't mess with the manticore. So, centered on the captain, catching these
Very
two.
good.
Might I be able to catch any of his weaponry within the range of this?
And the deck, as it happens.
Good, all right.
Yeah, the
No,
nice thing, the handy thing about Shatter is it damages everything.
it damages everything, and in fact,
I believe-
it does. If there's any inorganic material,
Such
that'll
as-
have disadvantage.
Yes,
on the
such as
saving
the
throw.
deck of the ship.
You are going to require some D8s. Maybe we should
I
help.
certainly will.
How many do you need?
I'll need. Let's see. So that'll be 48, 5. That'll be 6d8. I'll be.
Do you have any? How many do you have?
I've got 2 handy here, myself.
I feel we need one of those dispensers.
Here's
yeah,
here's
yeah.
one more.
You press the button and
Dice
Yep.
just fall down.
Yep, we're
Yeah.
good.
Very well then. All right, so
It's
so my
Constitution save.
DC that'll be 18.
All right. Oh, that's just great.
So, well, I don't like that one. That's all right. That's not
Again, I apologize for my dice underperforming.
I rolled 3 nat 1s.
Really?
Oh, that's amazing.
I rolled one as well.
And then the only 2 that weren't nat 1s were 17s. So
So
they all failed.
They've all failed. Well, they'll all be taking 21 points of damage then.
Holy smokes.
That'll be thunder damage, of course. And the disadvantage on the saving throw doesn't really apply, but I suppose the deck will be taking.
Yeah, the
that
ship
toll.
also takes 21 damage.
That's yes. Let's see. Is that everything? Are they deafened or anything? Nope, that's it. So,
Oh, is that it?
is that it? Very well, just the damage. I'll also.
And that does actually beat the ship's damage threshold. So,
by one.
yeah.
Perfect.
going down.
All
Don't
right,
mess with
so
Captain Skyflint, man.
That's the end of this session.
It's kind of look, a bit of the deck just erupts as the booming sound of your violent shanty peppers the
Oh,
deck
I
of the
actually,
ship.
I'm using my Reveler's.
Your
concertina.
concertina.
So, I won't demonstrate on this because this prop is apparently 100 years old.
Show it though. This is really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very nice indeed.
Been in the
did you
family
play it?
for years. I was, so it's busted. You can't actually play it right now. I have to get it
Right. So I pull it out and I just like little weird Al style, a little bit of the polka. That's what causes the eruption.
Eat it.
Shatters.
Just eat it.
No.
Yeah, it's like eat
Yes.
it.
Let me have that image of Granny's polka.
Exactly,
the ship
exactly.
goes down.
The bonus action. I'd like to use one of my abilities as a sea shanty bard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this will be for the crew. I'd like to create a pool of, I believe it is 4d4s.
Yes.
Oh, this is
Distribute
great.
those amongst your crew for your bardic inspiration.
Yes. So, Hooper and the bosun, Mr. Chumsquid, I think, as well, and then the gunner.
That would be helpful, yes.
And do we have more than one gunner?
You do. You have your cannoneer and your ballista.
Lovely.
So you could throw one on the ballista, one on the cannoneer.
Indeed, I
and then the
will. So, the ballista, the cannoneer, they'll each get a d4. Mr. Chumsquid and Mr. Hooper as well.
Very good.
There we are.
As the deck of the Violet Wraith ship explodes outwards with the blast of Polka, sending the crew flying. Now that they've survived this burst, but they definitely do not look happy. They look badly hit. A couple of them got splinters of some of the wood scraping against their skin. You can see little pockets of blood as the captain shakily gets backed up to their feet and begins again commanding orders and They
Yes.
they start. You see the crystals on their ship begin to glow as they prepare to do a boosted speed, and it appears like they want to ram you.
Of course. But I should mention as well, Mishanti. It goes a little something like this.
Hey, Shanty Bird!
Attend me, boys, and I'll tell a tale, and the attack on the manticore's bound to fail. Now is the time that will teach these fools. We'll take them all right to school. As the crew also joins in, of course.
Of course.
As they do, they'll all be songs, of course. And
That's mandatory.
Yes. And
You're literally making his life
You
right
can
now.
help yourself with some inspiration.
I will-
I'm easy. You want inspiration from me? You just sing a song.
Lovely. We'll look forward to more of that. And movement-wise, I'm going to. Now I've just come out of the captain's quarters, so
Yes. So the captain's quarters, I believe, are just beneath the aft, so you could come out onto the deck. So you can move anywhere you like on the deck. You can move up to the helm if you want to take the wheel. You could move up to the bow and take one of the.
I'll take the wheel.
Okay. You can
Back to me, Captain.
head up to the helm.
Yes, up to the hill.
Okay. Very good. So
Oh, actually, we have a helmsman, do we not?
you do, yes. It
Well,
depends on
He's
whether.
doing a fine job. So what I'm actually going to do is take cover, and as I do so, I'm readying the sun pistol.
Okay. That takes us to Elminster. So, squirming ebony tentacles have filled this room.
Put a little disco ball in there, you got yourself a rave.
Well, yeah. I was just going to flip ahead a few chapters to where it gets good.
That's the. Oh my god, I cannot roll today.
Will we happen to hear the crew all chanting up above?
Yes, and I think you would also hear the sound of an explosion about 60 odd feet away. Very loud, boisterous one.
It's a party.
If
It
you would
looks
like to roll 3d6 for me, please.
It appears so.
All right. That was a good beginning. 8 is the total of this 3d6.
I assume that's the tentacles.
Yes, these are the tentacles, and one of them is completely unable to fend it off as it wraps entirely around them, restraining them in place as they struggle to hack away at it with the dagger as best they can. The other 3 have managed to keep themselves away from the grass, but are still getting slapped and bludgeoned around a little bit.
Okay.
So it is your turn now. So this will maintain, obviously, so you can...
Magic missile.
Okay. Are you targeting one, all 4? Are you targeting one guy in particular and just bombarding him? Or are you...
No, all 4.
Okay, spreading them out.
Yeah. And let's see. Shall we spell slot it? Yeah. Yeah. I'll boost it. I'll use a second level spell slot.
Okay, so 4 darts, one for each of them.
Yep.
How big is this room we're in? It's like 30? It's a
Oh,
large sleeping quarter.
That's awfully great. It's the ship is 20 feet wide.
Oh, so
it's not a huge.
we're in a
room.
real tight situation
It's the
right
tight
now.
quarters.
Are
yes.
they melee? Basically in melee range with us right now?
No, they're just at the doorway. They have to move about.
Oh, so this is all happening in the hallway here.
Sort of, yeah. They opened the door. Elminster heard them open the door, at which point he announced himself, and they realized the jig was up, so they began to move in, and that's when he threw the spell. So this is all happening in the doorway and just at the entrance of the room. So they're only like 5-10 feet away from you, though, to get into melee. It's not going to be very difficult.
Okay.
12 on the first one.
Oh,
15
smokes.
on the second one. I'm enjoying this.
Me too.
14 on the third. And now it's time for the fourth. Ooh, I love this game.
You're rolling a lot of 4s.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
There we go.
All right, there you go. There's what you wanted. 17 on that last guy.
Okay.
Good dice.
Yeah.
Those were some great rolls. Just seeing them. 4. Okay. What do your magic missiles look like?
They look like little blue bolts of love.
So you Care Bear stare them to death?
Yeah. Yeah, they look like little teardrops with the bulbous bottom of the droplet to the fore, and they streak, and they have a little tiny white tail.
It's like fireworks. They just stream out of
Yes.
your fingertips.
Yes. Well, they go.
Ah, yes.
They don't go. Boom. They go.
Nice.
You flick them at them
Yes.
as they get peppered with these bolts. And smoke kind of rises up a little bit as they are continually battering back these tentacles while also just getting a face full of magic energy. And they are looking a little haggard from all of this nonsense they've had to put up.
You're going to go down into the deep, and that's what happens
I
when
couldn't-
pirates don't sleep.
That damn ley line skip. I could have just poisoned you. On their turn, guy who is currently already restrained is going to take 3d6 damage as the tentacle squeezes.
Ooh.
So you can go ahead and roll that.
Oh, I have to damage the poor man. Oh, poor something or other.
Ooh. Rolling like a boss.
Nice. 3d6. So that was 11 total.
Okay.
It hurts.
Yeah, that was. So you can see like his the hood kind of falls back. It appears like this is a goblin, and the yellowy green face is turning very purple as this tentacle squeezes tighter and tighter. You can hear the creaking.
Jiminy,
leather.
do you have any recipes for purple goblin?
And then they have to attempt to. They're going to try to rush the three of you, but now they have to get through the tentacles. We're going to see if they're able to do that.
Is this considered difficult terrain?
It is.
So
They also have to. Okay, so one of them goes to lunge for Loholt and then immediately gets wrapped up and pulled back by one of the tentacles. If you would care to roll another 3d6.
oh, Elminster.
That's a good spell.
This is a great spell.
6.
Oh, God.
5. 3.
Okay.
So
That's still
14.
14.
Jeez. Now you could probably put them to sleep.
Right?
Holy smokes. Okay. But
So
two
one's
of them-
completely wrapped up, the other one's completely wrapped up.
Yeah, but two of them have managed to break free of the tentacles.
Where are they going?
One to you and one to you.
So the one that's going to Elminster, I'm going to Chrono Stutter.
Okay.
Send
Send him
Chrono
right back
Shift.
into the tentacle.
Chrono Shift. So I'm going to remove 10 feet of his movement.
So they leap, dagger poised, ready to strike at Elminster, and then just blue and orange energy as he circles right back into the
So this is a time manipulation that you can use once per proficiency bonus per short rest. It is a reaction, and you can basically reverse 10 feet of movement from a creature of my choice.
And as the tentacles are difficult terrain, that's all he can do.
That's right. So I basically, he see him kind of get out of the tentacles, and I just go, and I rewind him back.
I'm ready.
Yes, he's re-entered the space, so
3. 6.
4.
13 total.
As he is also completely restrained as the tentacle whips out, grabs him as he's shunted back through time.
But one of them gets
But
to
one of
me.
them got to you.
I'm like, oh, dang it. Again, the punching bag I am.
Does not get to use his assassinate because everyone's very aware of what's happening.
I am alert.
But I do love restraint.
Okay. That is a 20 to hit.
So my cloak, I'm going to activate my living cloak. My cloak goes up like Doctor Strange style. You see the cloak just go to his face, and he gets disadvantage on the attack.
Oh, okay.
Your umbrella? No.
That is a 17 to hit.
That will be a miss.
Okay.
So as you see me reversing time here, putting that guy back, the guy comes to swing, and the cloak just goes, slaps him in the face a couple times.
The three that are currently entangled are, you see them kind of like looking over, and you see them raise one hand and force it up through the tentacles as bolts of violet necrotic energy fly out, one to each of you.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a 17 against Elminster,
Mm-hmm.
an 11, which I don't think hits. I think you're a little hardier than that.
It's 14, right? You could shield it if you wanted.
14, yeah.
Okay, so 17 is coming at you
Mm-hmm.
for 17 necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot heal now, as the energy washes over your body, preventing any sort of recuperation. And I will need you to make a concentration Constitution saving throw to see if you can maintain your tentacles.
Those tentacles are saving us right now.
13.
Oh yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. All right. So then, bolts to you. Oh my, the ones I'm rolling today.
It's okay. It's better on her than me.
24.
Oh, that'll hit.
Not with the one. Not
Oh,
with the
I was like, what?
one. So you are hit for 17 necrotic damage, and you feel the energy wash
Sorry, you
over.
said 20.
Yes.
24 AC.
24
No.
against your AC.
Yeah, no, sorry.
As your veins blacken up and the necrotic energy kind of withers away some of your life force. And then Loholt. Oh, look, a critical hit.
Yikes.
And a 17, which I believe misses.
Misses, correct, yeah.
So you were looking at 34 necrotic damage
Ouch.
as a bolt strikes you directly in the neck, and the veins run up into your face and kind of,
Shake it off.
well, yeah. You shake off 34 necrotic damage.
I shake up whatever's trying to consume me.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. And as that happens, you see that same tattoo on their other arm begin to glow, and violet energy wreathe around their arm and begin to formulate as your own shadows rise up
That's good.
behind each of you. And I get to add shadows to the board.
Okay. Time for as many AoEs as possible. Got a temporal spike in there?
And the shadows will attack each of you. These assassins are good at their job.
We'll see.
That is going to be a 15 against you, which I believe does not hit.
That's correct.
Okay. And a much lower roll for Elminster. That's going to be 13, which I don't think hits you.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
And then a 14 against Loholt, which I believe also does not
I
hit you.
sway fetchingly.
So the shadows lunge out towards you, and you feel this cold air wash past, and your muscles twitch in horror as the shadows just barely miss you. And that is going to be the end of the assassin's turn. So the Manticore's crew.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's enough crew for them to take 3 actions on the ship. So would you like them to raise shields? Like, can continually do that every round, or is that something that you want to hold off and wait for an attack?
Now, can we raise shields as a reaction?
Yes, you can.
All right. Well, I think that's standard operating procedure, so
Makes
as
sense.
not to deplete our reserves.
All right. So they shall
Especially
fire.
given the, shall we say, power interruptions we've been experiencing.
That is a fair assumption. So
the gunners both have.
they have a D4.
have a
Yes,
D4 on
yes,
it.
they do. Which they're going to need. So the ballista fires off a bolt of streaking white-hot sunlight energy as it slams towards the enemy ship. They raise their own shield to absorb some of the impact, but you do manage to punch through. They will take half damage. Would you like to roll this, or shall I?
What may you roll?
4d10.
40. I'll let you do it since
All
there's
right.
so many of those.
We're looking at 22 radiant damage to the opposing ship's hull. And then the cannoneer will fire with his extra D4. Wow, yeah, those D4s were very needed.
Aye.
As the cannon flies through, punching once again through their shield, dealing the half damage, this time for 6d10, which will total up to about 33 on that attack.
Okay. And then the third action by the crew.
Yes.
Does Hooper have any offensive spells?
Mr. Hooper does. He has, if I can find where I put him, a couple of interesting spells you could potentially make use of. There he is. He has Melf's Acid Arrow, Witch
Melf's a good
Bolt,
guy.
Ray of Frost are his main offensive. He also contains Mage Armor, Fog Cloud, Misty Step, and Gust of Wind.
I'd say he'd probably cast Melf's Acid Arrow upcast.
Okay, and what would you like him to target?
Let's see. I will. Is the captain within his range?
I think so. Acid arrow is a fairly good size range. I believe. If he runs up to the bow, especially, he can.
And so the captain does yell out to Hooper. It's like, take him down, Hooper!
All right. He throws his hands up and begins to kind of pull out an arrow, weaving the mana together as green acid begins to drip off the side, and he reels it back and hurls it up towards the other ship. And as it flies through the air, you watch as it sort of like stutters slightly, but then goes right towards that captain. Oh, and is it direct hit?
Well done, Hooper. Well done.
8 rolling ones now, are
Nope.
you?
And Hooper, of course, also had the D4.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't need it, but it was very helpful to have. As
Well, then
it's-
he doesn't need to spend it yet. Then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As it slams into the opposing captain and covering him in acid that continues to burn his flesh.
Good.
I got him!
Well done, Hooper.
Okay. Loholt.
So
So
I'm
there is an assassin directly in front of you with his blade attempting to stab at you.
Mhm.
The ones in the back are still restrained, but they are hurling bolts, and your own shadow is trying to strangle you.
So my shadow is going to look at this creature that's trying to hurt me, and I'm frustrated. I saw Elminster get hit. Loholt is annoyed at the situation, and he turns, and Amberfang glows a sickly amber. It gets darker, thicker, as he turns, and his eyes stare deep into the enemy. And I use the sword, Amberfang's awakened ability, Fear, and I'll shoot the
Okay.
cone at him and into the rest of the bad guys.
So as the amber cone of energy flies out and washes over the enemy, there is no effect.
No! Fear didn't work?
Everything in this room that is not an ally is immune to fear.
Wow. All right then. Bonus action. So I see that.
Once
Okay.
again, their tattoos flaring up.
Well then, that was my action. Well then, I will be impressed and astonished and be like, well, this isn't good. And then I will suspend.
Okay. You now have 1 minute of unbroken time where you may communicate with a designated few.
I will designate Elminster and Continuum. I can't get him up on the deck, can I?
You can't see him. You don't even know where he is.
Okay, so then that'll get
You
these
could
two.
target any of your enemies, though.
No.
Okay.
So it's just
So when you're familiar with this, obviously,
Yeah.
especially you, as everything kind of just sort of slows down and grays out, leaving just the three of you able to communicate.
they have incredible immunities. This is something that I am quite astonished with. I think it is time to pull out the punches.
I agree. But we can't damage the captain's ship, so no dropping the ceiling on them or anything like that.
We can fix the ship. That's not a concern. All I know is that I used a very potent ability that the Amberfang has given me, and they shrugged it off as if it was nothing.
Mhm.
This concerns me greatly.
I am concerned too. I was thinking about a magic circle, but I'm not certain that it would actually work.
At this point, they seem to have levels of immunities that are given to them by their tattoos. I wonder if there's a way to disenchant them or just take them out.
So if you sever the arm with the tattoo for the rest of the body, does it continue to?
We could try. I have one more trick up my sleeve, which I will try in just a moment. Then I will let the time of the rest of the suspense
Yeah,
queue
that's
up.
mostly a minute
Yeah,
at that point.
I will
anyway.
queue it up, and as I queue it up and it comes back into reality and things are slowing down, and all of a sudden they speed up, I will take my sword, spin it, slam it into the ground, and a pulse wave of time energy goes through them, and I will torpidity them as my channel divinity. Bonus
Okay.
action.
Is that what kind of save is that?
It is a charisma save. 17.
Oh, lovely.
And I get targets. So torpidity is the channel divinity of the paladin. Oath of the Ages. I am giving them a condition called delayed, which is kind of like half slow. Some of the slow effects, if they fail their saves.
One of
And-
them failed.
One of them failed. Okay, well, it's
I rolled very high.
better than nothing. Give me a quick second to just see how many targets can be hit
I
because
believe it is a number equivalent to your charisma modifier.
Yeah,
and it
so
lasts
then-
for a duration of rounds equivalent to your
That's right.
charisma.
The shadows.
Oh yeah, the shadows.
So
You could hit-
there are 6 in total,
so you
correct?
could hit, yeah, you could hit 4 of the 4 assassins and then 1 of the shadows, or you could hit 2 shadows and 3 of
No,
the
I'll hit the 4
assassins.
assassins and I'll hit the shadow that's on Elminster.
Okay,
Thank you.
I got you.
that one is delayed.
Okay, that's good. Less attacks, less opportunities. And does the one in front of me get delayed?
It was the one who was first restrained by the tentacles.
Okay. I am out of actions.
All right. Then it's the Violet Wraith's ship. They expend some of their mana charges of their engine to punch themselves directly towards your ship as they come up on your... I guess they're coming right bow to bow as they do that. Do you wish to raise shields?
Nah, let's see what happens.
Maybe he doesn't want to.
Maybe he wants his ship to fall.
The shields can only last for so long, so you want to be careful about what you raise them for.
Yeah, but I think the entire enemy ship crashing into us is a good thing for you.
I would agree with this assessment.
Do not belay that order.
You're a wise captain, I
Doing
think.
that.
As the mana barrier does erect itself, the ships kind of collide into each other, and there is still a huge thud, and all 3 of you in the guest quarters feel the whole ship rock to the side.
Mana or mana?
Hey, I like that. You can have inspiration.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
You may want to... I don't think we have to worry about the ship right now. Elminster,
as
take the roof down.
as the ship vibrates, can I please have Elminster make a concentration save?
Oh,
Certainly.
mean.
Well, it's in the DMG. I can do that. 3.
Oh.
Tentacles are going to fall unless you wish to use that inspiration I just gave you.
He giveth and he taketh away.
Mhm.
Correct. That is how it works.
Yes.
Okay, so you may roll again. That was a roll.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that'll do it.
17.
All right, as the ship rocks, it kind of disorients you slightly, but more or less, this is just it's better than staying still. Right?
It's another day at the office.
It's another day in the office.
He's used
you
to
do
rocking when the boats comes
You
on.
do maintain concentration on the spell. Back on deck, some of your crew are kind of rocked around a little bit. They got their sea legs. They have advantage on any saves against being knocked prone, so they're actually able to maintain themselves quite efficiently. Sea legs? Air legs? Air legs. They have their air legs.
Bow legs.
And as the enemy ship has kind of slammed over into the side, you hear the telltale sign of hooks coming over from their
Prepare to receive boarders!
as a couple of halflings, dragonborn, and blue-skinned elves pop up from the other side with their own sun-forged rifles and begin to take their positions on both your ship and their ship.
Very well.
Boy, this is a...
Is it my initiative?
It is going to be Continuum first, and then it'll be you.
Very well. I've got something planned.
Okay, so Continuum.
So right now you've been hit by a necrotic bolt from one of the assassins in the tentacles, and your own shadow is trying to strangle you.
Yeah, I don't like that. Continuum will take her hammer.
Describe your hammer for us, please.
Yeah, it's it's a war hammer, and it has an hourglass embedded into it. Yeah, and as she takes it in one hand, and she's got her shield in the other, and she takes her hammer, and she just motions slightly. The hourglass lights up, and she blinks, and nothing happens.
Okay.
And then she opens her eyes and she goes, crap.
Normally works better. Yes. That's the way she goes with Blink, unfortunately. All right, Captain, let's see what you got.
Right. Okay. Well, I had an idea, and then I realized that the other captain, he's an elf, isn't he?
He is.
I don't think I'm going to attempt something that has a charm component to it then. What I'm going to do is a little bit of my previous tactic, but beefed up some. Shatter, centered on the captain, 6th level.
Oh, jeez. You got to
All
go
right.
for this guy.
Got another D6 or D8 for you there.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Yes.
Now, since the first shatter, his crew have scattered somewhat, but you can still
I
hit.
assume he's got it lead.
You can still hit his first mate.
Of course, yeah. The captain and the first mate will both take this then. That's a DC 18.
Okay, the captain makes it. The first mate is not so fortunate.
Very well. Let's see how we do. Oh, I don't like those. Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 13. Bloody hell, I wasted this.
No, there's a 6 there. So it's 3, 6, 12, 16.
That's okay, so that is 12, 14, 15, 18. Wait, is that a 7 or a 1? Oh, it's a 1. Alright, so not very good.
18?
The 10, 13, 14,
Wow.
15, 16, 17.
Yeah, that's really
That's
good.
20.
at all.
It's actually it's 20. It's 20.
That's
What?
20?
He
Okay.
miscounted a 4.
Oh,
that's
fine.
That's still not that. That's
Still-
okay, I guess.
Still
That's,
not great.
No, he
Yeah.
did 21 last time.
yeah, with a really
with
low
one
level,
less
yeah.
die. as well.
Yeah.
So,
We've all been there.
we've all been there.
Level 9 fireball. That's a 25. All right.
No
There is
question.
the ship will, however, still take that damage because you
As me
meet
bonus,
threshold.
of course, as my bonus action, might I be able to inspire myself with this magical inspiration? I'm not quite sure how this nightingale.
No.
Oh, very
Bardic inspiration does not inspire yourself.
right. I wasn't sure because it's a special. little
Yeah.
thing.
I think still it's only swords that can. The College of Swords that can do that.
Very well then. Very well. All right.
The most selfish of bards.
I
Inspire yourself.
Hmm.
He
No.
resisted the fear.
I think I'll use my bonus action to once again inspire me crew.
Okay.
Very well. And so
They
that-
definitely made use of it last time.
Yeah. So the gunners again.
Okay.
We'll get that. Hooper still hasn't spent his inspiration die, has he?
No, he hasn't. He didn't need it, so he still has one.
Very well. So I'll get some of the riflemen then.
Okay.
2 of the
Yeah, they
riflemen.
might need that. Yeah.
Yeah, so the 2 gunners and 2 of the riflemen.
Okay.
Get in their
Sounds good.
D4 of inspiration.
Right, Elminster.
Hmm.
So you're having a typical day. Your shadow's trying to strangle you. People are shooting magic bolts at you.
Is the
and
shadow a creature?
It is.
Hmm. Okay. I'm mindful of fact I don't want to damage my allies, my friends.
I think they appreciate that.
So I can't be doing. So I believe I will magic missile.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
You can't control chain lightning?
no,
It just hits whatever targets?
it goes at your target, and then from the target it goes
Whatever the
metal,
closest.
metal.
Yeah, and metal won't help you.
Oh, please don't.
Yeah. No. I already considered that.
Magic missile is always a solid, though,
Okay.
considering that you just hit.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to machine gun this shadow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm machine gunning the shadow. Yeah. So. Beep, 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 beep. Hides.
It was hidden from you.
Yes, hidden. Okay. There's going to be a lot of rolling now.
Tides are turning.
Okay. Sure.
No, against us.
Oh, yes.
That was a 3.
That I would agree with.
Yeah.
So that's 10 plus 4, because each one is plus 1.
Yeah.
So 14 is the first missile.
To the shadow.
Worse.
Here we go. He's back.
Nope.
Oh.
Plus 4, 15. It's the second missile. $15. It's the third missile.
Holy cow. This is a powerful magic missile.
Lore Master Bar.
Lore Master.
Lore Master Wizards.
Holy cow. Don't mess with the magic missile. Holy fours and
16 for the
Okay.
fourth missile.
I'm going to take a leap of logic. I'm going to assume that when the first two kill your shadow, you then move them on to another shadow.
Oh, certainly.
Very well. Would you like to kill his shadow or her shadow?
Hers.
Okay. So the bolts into your own shadow as it withers away and restores back to its normal position. You move your machine gunning magic hands over to Continuum Shadow as it falls away back to the way it should, leaving Loholt still grappling.
I got guys with daggers and tentacles. I'm like,
You're wearing full plate mail. You're
another
fine.
day at the office.
Your turn next.
Okay.
I can handle it.
The
I can
assassins.
handle it.
So the three that are in the tentacles are still in the tentacles and will be taking 3d6 damage.
Ooh.
Da 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 da.
Oh, jeez. Man.
Ooh. Mwah.
I don't think you've rolled. There we go. Finally, I was gonna say I don't think you've rolled lower than a 3 this entire time.
Okay, so 13 for the first.
Okay.
There
Hey, a 1.
there
There's
we
your
go.
1.
And a 2.
7. Ten.
10.
It's working. We're whittling them down. Between like the 8,000 points of magic missile damage.
Well, those are the shadows.
Yeah.
The shadows are gone. So the tentacles continue to squeeze and restrain them. It is now their turn, which is why they're taking the damage. Let's see if they can do that again. They cannot. So, the one directly in front of Loholt is going to continue to try to stab you.
Yep.
Because why wouldn't he?
Yep.
Oh my god. And you continue to deflect it with your
Clink,
armor and
clank,
your
clink.
blades.
Good, because I have no reaction or anything right now. I'm a
Yep.
sitting duck.
And then the other ones, I don't think they care that they're being restrained. Do they get disadvantage on their ranged attacks? It's a 21 to hit Loholt.
Who's this?
Necrotic bolt from one of the restrained ones.
With a disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay. So one of them struggling against the restrainment does manage to fire another bolt, their tattoo flaring up
Yep.
as it slams into you for 17 necrotic damage. The disadvantage on the second one, though, does successfully make it unable to hit you as the tentacles.
Well, they're all
move
just
it
trying to take me down, are they?
well,
What about the
seem-
delayed one?
yeah, he hasn't gone yet, but he only gets the one attack because he's delayed.
Right. If he's trying to break out, he doesn't get to do his bonus action, right?
They're not. Yeah, they're not trying to break out. They're,
Okay.
they're instead just unloading into you, and unfortunately, his disadvantage yielded him a nat 1, so his magic goes flying off into the side of the ship, rotting some of the wood.
Oh man, I'm starting to feel good.
And the third guy who has disadvantage ignores his critical hit and instead rolls a 17,
Which misses.
against Elminster.
Oh, do you have the spell shield?
Mm-hmm.
You could use that now.
Do I have time to use that?
It's a reaction. Yeah, you can just
Okay.
use your reaction and it gains 5 to your AC,
Okay,
and that'll stop that hit.
well, I'll do that.
So you just is it yeah, like
I think it's more
blowing
like
against
that.
the windshield.
No. You always lift the finger first and afterwards because COVID.
And the nat 1 will miss Continuum, but the 21
It's a lot of
the
ones.
21 will hit you.
Shield.
Okay. So just 2 force fields go up as necrotic bolts slam into them.
Boy! This was quite the brouhaha.
People almost just getting okay, and then the remaining shadow attempts to attack its previous owner.
Which is me.
19.
Crap-a-moly.
Does that hit?
I can't use shield, so yeah, go
You
ahead.
used your reaction.
I know.
Oh, yay! You take 9 necrotic damage,
Okay.
and I've never been able to do this.
Uh-oh.
Your strength is reduced by 2,
Ew. Okay.
which is going to lower your attack roll.
Yeah,
your damage.
I know what's going on here. I'm doing math. Hold on. 9, you said, right?
Yeah, I went to school in Ontario and I'm doing math. Everybody hold up fingers.
Yeah.
Math is
All
hard.
right, my strength goes down.
Your strength goes down by 2 points
Sick play, bro.
as your life force is drained from your body. I love shadows. Okay. It is time for the Manticore's crew.
And my shadow.
So you're being boarded. Do you want your crew to still maintain cannon fire on their ship, or do you want them to switch to the boarding personnel?
Oh. Fire upon the boarders!
Yeah, Captain! Oh, that's not very good.
Get a D4, though.
Oh, yeah, that'll just do it. Okay. Literally with, like, the D4.
Where would you be without?
Man, okay.
Man, I like this Nightingale Bard splitting up their
Well, because I rolled a
Very
13. I rolled a 13 to hit.
How does it feel? It's
And
different.
with
eh?
that, it's a 15, which is enough. So that actually bypasses their AC. Cannon-
Helpful when one has a large crew.
Cannon swivels on the deck. Okay. The cannon swivels on the deck, positioning itself towards the boarding violet wraiths, and there's a huge blast of sunlight energy as it careens into them, vaporizing 2 of the people who leap over the gunnel, and they just get incinerated by the blast.
More that came from bios.
Unfortunately, a D4 will not help that, as the ballista bolt goes wide as the stream of light fires off into the air.
Turning to the ballista. Room for improvement, sir. Room for improvement.
I'm trying, Captain! And then, so that's the 2 shots. Do you want to try to move away from the boarders? Do you want your own crew to board theirs? Do you want to, like, I guess you kind of have them ready up and...
Oh, well, if they're coming aboard, then we'll meet them, with steel.
Ready the small arms, then.
Yes.
Okay. I shall have...
And 2 of our riflemen have D4.
Yes, they do. So I'll get them to take some shots. Ooh, critical hit.
Nice. He doesn't need that D4.
Doesn't need that
Doesn't
D4.
need that D4.
The other one very much did.
Very good.
So they load up their Sunfire rifles, lining up the shots, and blasts of concentrated sunlight fire out towards the Violet Wraiths. One of them gets hit directly in the chest and falls off the ship with a Wilhelm scream. Wah! He sails down into the ground below, while the other one sort of just gets thrown back behind the cover, probably reeling from the shot. But their crew are now beginning to prepare to board. But they will only do that after Loholt's turn.
Oh, well, I guess we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. And I'll take my blade and hack into the shadow
Okay.
with 2 less strength, with a -1 to my attack.
Yes.
All right. That'll still do it, I'm assuming. 24?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to drop a 3rd level smite just to
Okay.
get this thing out of the way. Ooh, 15, 20. 20 great weapon fighting. 20, 20 radiant.
As your amber sword carves into the shadow and it bursts with light, the thing screams as the light washes it completely away. And then your shadow is just where it should be.
Sword hits into the wood. Pull it out, swing it back, and
Ceiling beam.
try to take. As I remember Adira now. Take its head off and turn to take the assassin's head off with the second attack.
You got to get ahead in this one.
Ooh, that's so good.
Not so good. Not so good. That would, with a -1, would be an 11.
That'll not do it.
All right.
As deflects with their violet enameled blade.
And then as a bonus action, I will look over to Elminster and I will twist time and give a call to aptitude, and I will speed up the casting time of one of your spells at your choice. You get a Bardic Inspiration die. It's a D6.
You can also use it as a bardic.
You can use it as a Bardic Inspiration die. You can use it for attack rolls, saving
Any
throws,
D20 roll.
any D20 roll, and
damage from spells.
and damage from spells. So you have a D6 you can use. But you can also use the die, the whole die, just to give it up to increase the casting time of a spell, which means you could cast a bonus action like Misty Step as a reaction, or you could cast
action spell. Like,
Magic Missile is a bonus action.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I just do that because
you still wouldn't be able to do bonus action magic missile, action magic missile, because that's too many. There's too much incantation. But you could do that and a firebolt or something like that.
Yeah.
Or use a psionic.
That
that's
also
correct.
would work, yeah.
There you go.
Correct.
And then I will just grit my teeth and face this assassin face to face, and I'll also give a whispered
belong here, surfacer.
steak.
All right. So the Violet Wraiths begin to board your ship as their captain, who's understandably rather perturbed with you specifically, sir, draws their own hilt, ignites their sunblade, and comes towards you, flying directly and screaming with anger.
they're coming.
He's coming directly for you.
Welcome aboard the Manticore, sir. I be Captain Flips.
I don't care.
Very well.
And he will swing his sunblade at you.
There we go.
Ooh.
You might have a shield.
I do not have shield.
No, he's a bard.
Birds don't get it.
He has absorb elements, I think.
No reason
I
why.
don't think it's a lightning-based attack, is it?
No, this will be radiant.
Yeah.
Okay, it comes directly at you with a 23 to hit.
23 does hit me.
Okay.
I must admit.
The sunblade carves into you for 9 radiant damage,
But a scratch, Fred. But a scratch.
and then the pistol comes up your side
Very well.
for a 14 to hit.
I'm afraid that misses. As he brings it up, I pull my head back and it goes wide. Oh, you'll have to get up a bit earlier in the morning to pull that maneuver. Let me show you how it's done.
All right, and the rest of your crew does engage with, and the sound of combat begins to reverberate around the deck.
Can't wait to see him pull his gun out.
That's
Oh, I've
going
got
to,
no. It's already.
it's going to take us to Continuum.
All right.
Continuum, the non-blinked.
Yes, the non-blinked. I will now cast haste.
Oh snap! Okay.
yeah.
Pull up the guns.
Yeah.
So
no.
once again, you do have to struggle to pull that mana through the veil, but
Mhm.
it is you're able to do things. It's just it's harder than most.
Yeah. Okay. And next, So there's what's all still here in terms of.
The only thing that is not restrained by the tentacles
Mhm.
is the assassin directly in front of Loholt. Otherwise, the three of them are entangled in these black writhing limbs and are just kind of shooting necrotic bolts from their hands.
All right. Well, I will take my hammer, and I will smash. I will smash that assassin that's in front of Loholt.
It's hammer time.
It is hammer time.
It's hammer
It's
time.
hammer time.
All right,
Because it's a hammer made from a timepiece.
oh my god, it's,
Oh.
it's hammer time.
Hammer
It's
time.
hammer
That's
time.
Yeah.
fantastic.
And actually, I do believe.
I give myself inspiration.
Yeah. And I can take. I can take advantage on this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Took that manipulation.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I did. It's not really going to help that much, but that's a 15 to hit.
15 does hit.
Okay. Excellent.
Whoa.
They are
Um,
not wearing much armor.
I guess they're assassins, right?
Yeah.
Glass cannons.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
great. That's 13 points of damage. Oh, wait, plus
13.
plus another 2 points of from the
So
Veil
15?
Wrapped Blades. So as a Dreamwalker, I have a feature called Veil Wrapped Blades, which allows me to add a D6 force damage whenever
Yes.
I hit a creature with
As
a
the
weapon.
silvery force of the veil wraps itself around your hammer, and you slam into the side of this assassin, completely blindsiding him. He staggers to the side. You hear a crack, and some blood begins to trickle down the side of his face. And he seems a little disoriented, but he's still able to just kind of throw himself back into the fight, although he seems on the brink of death.
All right. I have an extra attack,
Mhm.
which I will distort the veil,
Okay.
and I think I will do it on this guy just to make sure he doesn't cause any more grief.
It's charisma save, right?
So you begin to watch as his atoms rearrange themselves throughout time and disjoint his body through the veil as you deal,
9 points.
and he falls to the ground.
Oh, thank you, Continuum. I mean, I could have taken him.
Oh. And
As I stand bloodied.
I blink,
Hey!
and nothing happens. And I open my eyes, and you're all still there.
Did you see? That's better than that.
It's a good spell, honestly. It is. All right,
The morning
Captain.
after spell.
Show
I
us how it's
blink
done.
and you're all still there.
Very well then.
It's Flint's turn.
Right.
Oh, here we go.
So I said, let me show you how it's done. And I make it seem as if I'm going to try the same combo of the cutlass
Yep.
and the sun pistol, but instead I cast dissonant whispers. And I'll be upcasting this to, let's say 5th level. All right, now I need a bunch of d6s for this.
Oh, how many do you need?
Let's
Oh,
see.
that I did not roll
So
well.
That would be 2nd level, 3rd level, 4th level, 5th. So that'll be 7 d6.
How many you got there?
I've got 4.
I got 3 here.
That's a whopping 8 to resist.
Very well. He'll be taking all of this then.
Oh, that's a lot of
Oh, it's a
6s
lot
and
of
5s.
Here we go. That is 12, 17, 20, 23, 26 points of
Okay.
psychic damage. Also, he must now immediately use his reaction to move as far away from to flee.
Which he does, immediately provoking opportunity attack. from
Yes, he does. So, right then. I think it's, and of course,
you. And the rest of your crew as he runs past them, but
yes, he'll get an attack from each of them. I, of course, have a firearm expert, which I'm going
Yes.
to use for my sunfire pistol to do the maneuver that he tried. So basically, as he flees straight into his back,
okay.
I fire the sunfire pistol.
Pirate.
Yeah, very much so.
See, well, the back presents such an attractive target. I find it so nice, flat, easy to draw a bead upon. So, let's see, that will be.
Please be a 20. Oh.
Oh no, I'm afraid not. It's only plus 9, 14.
Oh, that misses.
No, I'm afraid it does. I'm afraid it does. So it does.
He moves about so fast and begins to fly with such reckless abandon that your shot doesn't quite manage as the ship rocks slightly.
And actually, I missed worse than I thought because that's the bonus for me for my sunblade.
Oh,
So,
yes.
yes.
Okay.
So 13.
Okay. He does, however, fly past Mr. Chum Squid, who will be taking very good advantage of that. Mr. Chum Squid with his hammer
Is this the Goliath?
gets a critical hit,
Well done, Mr. Chumsmith. Well,
dealing 14 bludgeoning damage
How's that captain looking?
as it just cracks him upside the head.
We're going to go upstairs and be like, we had a big...
As the
Idea.
flying elf teeters slightly directly into Mr. Hooper, who is then going to reach out with his own quarterstaff and just crack him upside the jaw for 6 bludgeoning damage as this elf teeters over the side of the ship.
The guy's just like...
well done, Mr. Who.
Oh, is he dead?
There'll be
Oh
an
yeah, he
extra-
took so much damage.
There'll be an extra ration of rum for you, I reckon.
Hey! And then he immediately ducks as a bolt just flies past. Wow!
How is the death of their captain affecting this crew?
The first mate has immediately taken charge.
Sorry?
The first mate has immediately taken charge.
I snapped my fingers and pointed to him. There's your next target.
Cannon
We'll work our way down.
wheel.
Yeah. We'll work our way down the chain of command till they've only deckhands and cabin boys left.
Efficient. All right, Elminster.
Yes, deckhands and cabin.
So there is a dead assassin and
Yes.
3 that you're still restraining in the black tentacles,
Mhm.
which all attacks against will have advantage because they are restrained.
hmm
They also automatically fail dex saves, which might be...
Okay, how large is this space?
You're in a fairly small room. I'd say it's about a 10 by 10 room. Maybe not quite that small. It's probably about a 15 by 10 room.
Hmm.
It's a very small room.
So things like cloud of daggers and cone of cold.
Well, if you throw a cloud of daggers like at the door,
yeah,
you could. I mean, that will also slice the ship up quite significantly.
Yes.
but
Yeah, we'll
depending on
fix
whether or
it.
not you care about that.
Yeah.
Lesser reversal. You have a lesser reversal?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I can
Yeah, let's do that.
Just conjure a cloud of daggers.
Yeah.
Which there's no save, by the way.
Yeah.
They just take the damage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
really?
ahead-
Yeah,
go
that's-
ahead and roll the
Wow, this guy's insane.
Could you check the damage for me in the player's
Oh, yeah.
handbook?
I'll look
I
up
mean, I
this.
believe the thought process is it doesn't matter how dexterous you are when there are hundreds of blades swirling through
Yeah.
the air.
Wow.
You're going to get cut.
Yeah.
All right, you're probably gonna need a lot more dice then.
No. It's a simple roll.
It's a couple of d4s.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
But they're daggers. He's conjuring
Cloud
a
of daggers. 5. Okay. Each side. So yeah, you can get them all. 4d4. When it enters the first time,
And then
or
on
when
their turn, they
that's
again
correct. Yeah.
Take more d4.
Okay, let's do this. That's
It's
cool.
a really strong spell.
Yes. 3.
If you speed it up, if you heighten its level, you can add 2d4 for each slot above the second.
Yeah.
Should I?
No.
Okay.
You gotta save those spell slots. just in
Yes.
case.
That's exactly. All right. Eight.
Still, that plus the tentacles, they can't be surviving long.
Okay. And that'll be. Now, are you using the Bardic Inspiration to bonus action that, or do you want to wait and hold on to that for now?
I'm holding on to it
Okay.
for now.
So that occurs. It is now their turn, and they take 4d4 damage for standing in the cloud of daggers.
And then 3d6 for the
I'd
tentacles.
like to go ahead and roll that.
People watching at home, he's rolling fours. He's rolling fours like it's his job.
We
I wanna
could
see
have just
the
left the
D4
room.
after this game.
Hey, it's his. So I rolled 2 3s and 2 4s. 6, 10, 14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay, one of them, the one that was delayed, just ribbons. Just falls to the ground.
What about
Okay.
the tentacles?
I've forgotten what they are now.
3d6.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go.
Wow, roll a 6.
No,
No,
sorry, couldn't do it.
it's fine. 7. 7 more tentacle damage.
Okay. Loholt.
Yeah.
The one directly in the floor in front of you, you watch the tattoo glow as it rises up with the hint of undeath. And I get to roll on this chart.
Hmm.
What the hell?
Its flesh sloughs off its body and its skeleton crumbles away, leaving only a skull, currently afire with purple flame.
Oh no.
And the one that was cut to ribbons rises as well. I have my D8. I literally just.
It's okay, it's still got daggers and stuff.
And it rises as the pallor of undeath washes over its face. Its eyes burn with violet energy, crackling with little hints of purple lightning. And you see its blade begin to glow in pulse along with its tattoo.
Okay. These guys get a second chance.
It is now their turn. So, the one that has sloughed off its flesh, I love that word. It's such a lovely descriptor.
I guess that's the one that's below me?
That was the one that was directly in front of you.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
So its skull just rises up, and purple fire wreathing around, burning in its eye sockets, as you see a little bead of fire fly out of its mouth, and then violet flames encompass the entire room, as you must all make a dex save against a fireball.
Do you have a counterspell on you?
Player's handbook, please.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
'Cause that's gonna put me right on my butt.
So I believe with the Shield Master feat, I have advantage on this.
I think that's how that works.
Yeah,
yes.
and then if I
And then if you
succeed, then
succeed, you actually take no damage.
right.
Because you basically just throw your shield up and the whole thing happens around you.
What the hell are these things concocted? These are great.
Zip.
Thank you, sir.
They are amaranthine.
Bloody hell. No, it's nothing. I cannot.
That's okay. All right, dex
All right,
saves.
dexterity saving throws, please.
Dirty 20. You guys will each get +5 to your saving throw
Yes, you do.
for being in my paladin's aura.
22.
Oh.
14.
Okay. So you will all take half damage. You would take no damage because you throw your shield up and the whole blast just surges around the shield as you all take 15 necrotic damage.
That's the
That's
the
the
half.
half,
Okay.
As the necrotic fire washes over you.
Yikes.
Now, how close was this thing?
It was right in front of Loholt, so it would only be a couple
10
feet away.
10
maybe
feet
like
away.
10 feet at most.
Oh, good. Telekinetic reprisal.
Ah!
Ooh, what's that?
So, it has to make a strength saving throw.
It's a
DC
skull.
17.
It's not very good at strength. -4.
Okay. It now takes 2d8 force damage and is shoved up to 10 feet away from me.
Out the room, essentially.
Is there a window?
Yes, you can shove it out the window.
8. 10.
Can you shove it out the window?
Yeah.
Ah! Oh no!
Okay, so as the necrotic fires kind of wash and you cartwheel out of the way, you just and out the window it goes. There's a shattering and wind begins to torrent into the room as the skull is taken by the winds and blown off.
The visuals of this entire fight are driving me crazy.
That one's out of the battle.
Yeah.
He's alive, but he's way over there. Well done. That was good.
That was good.
All right. That then takes us to the other two. So the one that has just risen is going to attempt to shoot some necrotic bolts, because it can still do that. And I guess there's two... There's still three. Yeah, there's still the three left, because that one's gone, but the other three are still around. Oh my god, okay.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign so far.
It's a 15 against you, which does not hit. Okay. All right. 18 against Elminster.
Shoot.
Well, he already used his reaction to do that.
Oh, he did.
That's why you didn't counterspell, I assume, because that was a far better use.
Mm-hmm.
So you will be looking at 17 necrotic damage
Ouch.
as the bolt careens out of that one. And you watch that as that happens, this is the one that is kind of zombified. As it sends the bolt out at you, it then kind of sucks the energy out, and you watch as some of its features rejuvenate themselves.
Oh, man.
How dare it?
I got that one. Still got tentacles on it, though, right?
Well, that's why they're shooting their bolts.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last one misses as more beams fly out.
That's good, because I'm bloodied.
2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, yep, that's that. That's going to take us to the Manticore's crew, currently engaged as they unload everything they have onto the first mate of the opposing ship.
And of course, a few of them still have their D4.
Yes, they do. Okay.
Can't wait to see the narrative of this one. The first mate's gonna be like,
Well, it would help if I could roll really well.
Actually, it's really helpful that you're not.
no,
Well, I'm rolling for his
No,
crew.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you want me to roll well for them.
Look at the D4s.
So the D4s are helping. I rolled a 4 on the one that needed it. So the ballista bolt, the streaming energy of golden light flies right past the first mate as he ducks. So that the first mate is a dragonborn of blue scales, as he just kind of makes it out of the way and begins to come towards you as a couple of your men fire off, and he moves out of the way. Then the cannon rotates and gives him a face full of radiant fire as it blows over him, and he staggers back a little bit, kind of huffs, and you watch as blackened necrotic fire just kind of breathes out of his nostrils and mouth a little bit as he continues to make his way over to you.
Whew.
Which he'll do on his turn, but it is now Loholt's turn.
Okay, so there are two guys left. There was the one fellow who's still alive, and the one that has risen.
There are, yes, that's correct.
That is what's remaining.
That is correct.
Which one is the halfling?
The
cook.
halfling is currently one of the ones who's still alive.
He's the only one that's still standing that's not.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Or did I miscount?
No, there are two alive.
Yes.
Because the one of the ones that's dead is currently about 10 miles that way.
And the other one who had it slothed off that came back.
That was the one that sloughed off. Yeah, he had a fly speed, but it was only for hovering, so he's currently falling, and he's someone else's problem now.
No, I meant there was another one that rose. The ribbon.
Yeah, that's the one that drained the life essence of it.
And so we're kind of on one side of the room, and they're on the other.
That's right.
Okay.
But it's a small room.
It is a small room.
Yeah.
Apologies to the captain's ship, if you know what I mean.
I mean, it's already been hit by a necrotic
Yeah.
fireball. This room is toast.
So I will stand in front of these two and then take my blade and slam it into the wood, and you see the wood just kind of
splinters.
Start to splinter up, and then it just kind of kicks off, and then as the last little splinters explode up, a thunder wave goes off into the three of them. And I will upcast it. So they're going to need to make saving throws.
Okay, Constitution.
And I believe they're Constitution or Strength.
Most thunder attacks are Constitution.
Yeah.
Man. Fail all of that.
Yes, 15-foot cube, I assume we'll get them all.
Yes, it will.
Okay, I'll upcast it. Okay, it's 8, 11. They're going to take 11 thunder damage.
Okay.
It is a... Sorry. Is that a first level spell? I'll cast it up to third. 12 thunder damage.
12 thunder damage.
Yep,
Okay.
and unsecured objects are in the area are...
Oh yeah, this room is toast.
So they're shoved back 10 feet.
They are.
Okay. Tentacles in the hall.
Well,
maybe not, but they're going to have to come through the tentacles.
one of them does as the blast hits them, sort of ragdolls as it just and it clearly has died from the impact as it just sails out the room and down into the halls.
Is that one of the risen ones?
No, that was the one that was alive.
I'm sure we'll be seeing him again.
And the halfling,
Many
Mr.
happy
Jimsy,
returns.
also goes flying. He still is alive. You can hear a groan like, why couldn't you have just eaten the poison?
Is that Mr. Jiminy?
Oh.
Yeah.
Mr. Jiminy.
As you will recall, mid-dinner, of course, you were disrupted. And
That's
when you
right.
returned,
Right.
you
Yeah.
reversed time on the food.
Oh, snap! Before he could put the poison onto it.
No, he had already poisoned it.
That's
He
right.
reversed it back
Before he
to
put the
before he
poison.
had poisoned it.
Well done.
That was
And
pure
there was
horseshit.
nothing
Wow.
he could do about it.
Wow, I did not even see that coming. That was just like a cinematic effect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who
That
would
was-
have thought that all our tomfoolery about poop and butts would have saved us all?
In this
Poop
game,
cards.
yes.
Okay, bonus action. I'm going to set this up for next turn if these guys keep coming at us.
Yeah, you can see the one on the ground. His tattoo, the dead man's tattoo, is beginning to glow, and you can see the energy wreathing around its body.
Bonus action. I'm going to warp time again, and this time I'm going to attempt to try and bring out Elminster's initiative
Okay,
to mine. They go after him.
they do. They go right after. It goes because after you is
Yeah.
going to be the Violet Wraiths, then Continuum, then the Captain, then Elminster, then the Assassin.
I can't raise mine, can I?
I don't think you can choose yourself.
No. And you're at 23. Okay, never mind. In that case, I will just give you inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
So you can also use it to upcast your spells or to add it to however you'd like.
Excellent. Thank
So
you.
you can Misty
Okay.
Step at instant speed now.
The Dragonborn first mate, battered, bloodied, and beaten, makes his way over to you, intakes, and exhales as necrotic, shadowy fire breathes out towards you, and I'll need you to make a wisdom save.
Wisdom, you see. Oh, but I'm terrible at that. But I do have inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm lucky besides. I think I'll be re-rolling that. Let's see, I'm going to use the use of luck on that, I think.
Oh yeah, you have lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's either an 8, which is not very good at all, or an 8. Ha ha! It's an 8 or an 8, isn't it? Guess I'm not so lucky after all.
All right, you're looking at 36 necrotic damage,
Oh,
and you are frightened.
Oh, well, I certainly am. I don't
Um,
like that at all.
So in this case, you have disadvantage when you can see him,
Very well.
and you cannot move towards him, although
course.
he's right in front of you, so that doesn't really...
Well, let's do something about that. shall
Yes. So he does that, and then the rest of his men continue to board. I would say from your point of view, you can see, like, you're winning this fight, and you get the feeling that they never stood a chance to beat you in the first place.
Weird.
we? Interest.
Almost as if this is a distraction, while
Well.
something else is going on somewhere else in the ship.
Let's deal with the immediate problem,
Yeah.
shall we?
Okay, that then takes us to Continuum.
All right. I will go after Jimsy, I guess, with my
The only one alive.
yeah,
For now.
Well,
Yeah.
alive.
yeah, with my hammer.
Okay.
And
He is very badly wounded.
yeah, time's up.
That thunder wave really knocked him through.
Jeez.
You can add that to it if you like.
You can, yes.
I will.
Hey.
9 plus 9, 18 hit.
That hits.
All right, and then he will take. Excellent. Yes. He'll take 13 points of.
There's a sickening crunch
I'm not done.
his bones. His bones break beneath your maul, and his hand just goes limp as the tattoo on his wrist begins to glow and surround his body.
Yeah.
Wonder if a second attack will take it out before it even gets up again. Just smash the tattoo.
Yeah, I will do
Would
that.
you like to target the tattoo?
I would like to
Very
target
good.
the tattoo.
Ooh, nice. You get advantage on that?
That
That's
hits.
okay. All right.
You hit the tattoo.
Excellent. So that's another
Ooh.
7.
Rolling hot with these D8s
12
today.
points of bludgeoning damage plus another point of force damage.
13 in total.
13. There's a crunch, and you see several fragments of the tattoo distend and disorient. But there's just a little bit left as it still continues to glow.
I am hasted.
You are.
So I will do this again.
Okay.
Time is up. Can I use my prompt accuracy to?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, you took all the
Take all the combat feats.
all the good ones.
There we go.
10 plus 9, that's 19 to hit.
That hits the tattoo.
All right, and that'll be another. What am I looking for? My D8. Okay, so that is 2 plus 5, 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
And with that, his arm and his hand is just crunched, and there is nothing left of the tattoo or the rest of his arm.
Excellent.
Oh, thank God you stopped another one from coming back.
And there's no longer a violet glow, just a dead corpse, which is beginning to smell.
And I blink.
And you're up.
I got a nat 20.
Pop out of existence as you reach the ethereal plane, which, for the sake of argument, will say, even though you're on the ethereal plane, you're still moving with the ship.
Yeah. Oh my God. He blinks back. It's like, boop. Ah!
We'll say that magic-y goes on, and you're able to maintain.
Timey-wimey magic.
Timey-wimey,
Timey-wimey
Because
magic.
otherwise, this adventure will be completely derailed, and you'll all have to go.
Okay, so Nicely done.
Very
Continuum.
good.
Thank you.
So
All right.
that is Continuum's turn. Now Captain. So first mate's in front of you, and he grins wide as purpley fire kind of flecks out between his sharp teeth.
Well, fire deserves water in return as I cast Tidal Wave to get him out of here. So that'll be a DC 18 dexterity save for him.
Man, that's a 10.
Very well, he's be taking all of this damage then. Oh, that's better, isn't it?
That's pretty
That
darn
is
good.
22 points of
Oh,
bludgeoning
wow.
damage. And he's also knocked away and he's prone.
How
now
far
as
away
well.
is he knocked?
I think he's just prone.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure it moves things.
It says up to 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall.
Maybe it is just knocked prone.
I think it's just knocked prone,
Okay.
mechanically speaking.
So, this tidal wave just bursts up, knocking him onto his back.
And now, might I be able to use I've got the firearms expert. Might I be able to use my bonus attack to just unload the pistol into him?
Sure.
Very well.
We were waiting for this.
Let's try this. 14, 22.
Yes.
And I have advantage as well because he's prone.
Well, that would counteract the disadvantage from being frightened.
Oh, of course.
But you do hit.
Yes, lovely. And that will be a D12
Oh boy.
plus 4. So that'll be 10 points of radiant damage to go into him as well.
Ooh.
Okay.
What happens
And
there?
as there's and there's that smell of ozone and fried flesh.
Is he dead then?
Oh yes.
Ah, good. Well, I don't think I'm quite as frightened as
No,
I
you're
was. There we are.
And with that, you've seen the morale of the opposition begin to decline significantly.
Finish these swabs!
Aye, Captain!
I'm headed below decks! As I realized the last time that this is some sort of distraction, I'm going to check on the status of our guests.
Okay. Mr. Hooper, just on your way out, he says, "Hey, yeah, can I promise them all an extra spot of grog for each kill?"
Indeed you can,
Very good.
Cooper.
Grogs for all, one per kill. And you start hearing gunshots go off at double time.
We'll hang their heads from the mizzenmast, boys. And yes, full move. I'll use my full movement because I don't think I'll move at all.
That'll take your full movement, yeah.
Yes,
As you
down.
you come down to the site of just Mr. Jimsy, just very dead, and Mayhem. Your guest room is in shambles.
Oh no, Jimsy! Oh, Jimsy! The poor chef! We'll never taste this custard tarts again, will we?
Well. It has been
What's going
24
on now?
hours, right?
Yeah.
I could
What
reverse
do I
the time.
see? Who's still on?
So as you come down, you can see some of your crew members. I don't know if you know their names, but you at least recognize.
Well, I know
them.
Jimsy.
You know Jimsy, but you recognize some of your own crew.
Oh yes, old what's his name? And,
Yeah, one of them is kind of zombified, almost a little sallow, and appears to be have just been sent flying out through the door, which is now less a door and more of an opening of shredded wood.
It's a jar.
Yes, and
It's a door ajar.
and then you also apparently wind is blowing in everywhere. Seems like your window's been blown out.
What in the name of the nine hells goes on here?
And then
Ambush!
there's one other crew who is still very dead, but has a glowing tattoo on his wrist that is beginning to surround him in energy.
Assassins!
What, these fellers?
Yeah, look at the tattoo.
Violet Wraith.
That is the Violet Wraith tattoo.
What? Betrayal!
In-
Betrayal! Jimsy, you son of a bitch!
Just wailing.
He's wailing on the bloody curse.
Cooking the body. But there is one
cook's cooked.
getting up, yes?
Yes, although I think you have done all you can do at this point.
Yes, I don't have any
You,
action.
yes, you've
I just talk it as a free action. Is all.
you've myrtleized quite a lot. So Elminster then.
Oh, well.
I'm gonna magic missile that tattoo.
Yeah, that'll do it.
gone.
So just
Yeah.
and that just the arm and the hand just shreds as this bolts of magic energy
Enough of
fly
it.
into it.
Is there anything left?
Yeah.
There is the current zombie guy, and that's it.
Okay.
Which it is his turn. Make a morale check. He's a brave son of a bitch. All right, he is going to run towards the closest target and attack with its dagger which I believe is going to be Loholt, because you're probably right up there.
Is he going to leave his square?
Well, he was in Jimsy's square.
Oh, I see. So he's coming out to me.
Yes. So that's going to be 19.
That's right on.
Okay.
You know what? Shields. I'll tap into my chronomancy side of my character. I'll spend 2 augury points, and I will invoke shield.
Blade comes right through. You watch it crackle with dark energy. And I guess he tries to go with a second stab, and it continues to get stuck by the shield.
Allow me.
Which will then bring us to, I guess, the Manticore continues their repelling of the enemy.
Yes, although I'd say they'd know not to, since we seem to have turned the tide. We'll lay off the ballista and the energy weapons so as not to drain our mana.
Sounds good.
Small arms only.
Yes, that takes us then to Loholt.
I will then return my swings on them with a 18 and higher than an 18.
Both of those hit.
And this is the zombified thing?
Yes.
It is taking 12 plus 4, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 Amber Fang, and a second level smite for 6 radiant. Is this considered undead?
It is considered undead.
9 radiant.
So what's the total on that?
29.
Okay. Near death.
It's not dead? Damn.
Came back with half health and then drained energy out of Elminster.
Oh, right. Well, I didn't kill it. That's my turn.
Okay. Then Continuum, you
Pop back in.
pop back in
Right. So
as you see this guy trying desperately to stab at Loholt through his shield.
It's my blades through its stomach. It's not dying!
Yeah, you've like almost
I can't seem to kill it!
You've almost completely cut it in half, and it's just
all right. Well, I will see if I can take care of that. I will. I'll smash him with my hammer.
Okay, I mean that's been a pretty that's been a pretty effective.
I
weapon.
will use my prompt accuracy. Oh my gosh.
It's not bad.
16.
That hits.
All right. And
Yeah, they're not really wearing armor.
It's plundering time. There's a
Alright,
whole
totally.
there's a whole
that'll be
ship there.
12 points of bludgeoning damage, plus another 3 points of force damage.
Okay, and with that, the zombified creature drops and its tattoo begins to glow.
I have.
I think we all just...
I have another action.
Okay, yeah, you're hasted.
I am hasted, and much as I really want to just finish this guy off, I also want to know what's going on with those tattoos.
Bad things. Kill it.
Just wants to identify the tattoo.
Yeah, I know she does. I know.
Actually,
she
that
does.
information might be useful.
Yeah.
I think I am going to do that because I trust that
Wait. Oh, you used my bardic inspiration. It's like you
Okay,
could have cast it as an...
Would you like to cast Identify?
I would.
Okay. This is an amaranthine tattoo. It is a gift of Amethyst Blade.
An Elder Blade.
It provides someone with a semblance of immortality, allowing them to come back and cheat death multiple times, each time becoming stronger and stronger.
It is an amaranthine tattoo.
I suppose, for the sake of brevity, he'll go next and take care of the tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do anything until the start of its turn, and
Yeah,
we still
so-
have you and Elminster before.
All right.
Turns.
So I basically, and again, the radiant pistol does extra damage against undead as well. So just
Yeah. So
yeah. Do I need to roll or do you,
No, you can just.
I just face it right up?
Yeah,
against the
I think so.
fire?
There's no longer any thing to be aware of, so there's no reason to potentially miss at this
Captain,
point.
apologies for your ship. And apologies for your...
There's an explosion from the engine room,
Well,
Good grief.
and then the whole ship kind of lifts to the side.
looks like apologies are necessary. All right, Hobart, get to the engine room.
Captain.
We've got another ship.
True.
Just saying.
True.
I'll run. I think at that point we're all going to run to the engine room. You think?
Okay. I don't know. This is the
We
captain.
will all go
I'll
together.
follow the- I will-
The situation is.
Okay.
But Elminster does have a point. We do have another ship we can jump aboard.
Yes. So, do you want to go check that out on deck, or do you want to go check out the engine room?
Oh, it's your ship.
How far away is each?
So the engine room is the complete opposite direction of the deck. It's in the bowels of the ship, whereas the deck is on the top, right? You won't know what the status of the enemy ship is unless you're on the deck, and you won't know what the status of your engine is unless you're below the deck.
Leave the engine room to us.
I think the deck might be the place for the captain, so I'll just tip my hat to all of yous, and I'll make my way to the deck.
Heading up to the deck, you can see that the Violet Wraith ship has apparently self-destructed.
Ah, right.
And the blast has rent a hole in the side of your hull.
All right then. Everyone to the lifeboats.
As the three of you make your way into the engine room, you see the problem. The hull has been ripped open, and the engine is there, but somewhat blasted.
There's no chance of recovery?
You might be able to be repaired, but not in midair.
Could I reverse enough of it to survive? Some of the cogs and joints?
Probably. You would have to... You'd only be able to target like individual components, but you could maybe do that enough to buy you some time to potentially find a safer landing than just lifeboating out into nothingness.
I need the captain. I need the captain quickly. I don't know what to fix.
Wind is buffeting you through the hole in the side of the ship as it all batters against your hair, sending it whipping everywhere, and making Elminster look like Fabio.
Captain! Captain!
There's no way he hears you.
Elminster!
However, once I've given the order,
I assume you would head down.
I would head down to see where the guests are.
So everyone begins to get preparing the hummingbirds as you get down into the engine room to see the damage for yourself as Loholt is screaming up, Captain.
9 hells, this is not good.
Captain, what can I fix here? What is the most important piece of the engine to bring back?
Bring back, what are you talking? Oh, right, your poop and butt trick, right, okay. All right, yeah, this.
Point at the thing here, yeah.
Point out what...
And
what
Sure,
use,
you would know. Yeah, you would
I'll
know.
use 3 lesser reversals.
But, okay.
Because I can only do components, right?
Is the hull one of those things you're choosing?
I mean...
you don't necessarily need it, but
the
it is
limitations of its ability is that I get to do... Like, I guess I could do a plank of the hull.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Obviously, Mr. Chumpsquid, your bosun, is hard at work with the mending cantrip, doing what he can, some patchwork. But when the ship is in flight and wind is torrenting through the open hole, it is making it quite difficult. So the option is, do you want to repair some of the hull and make it easier to then get some work done, but potentially still have trouble flying? Or do you want to repair the engine and then you're going to have to land somewhere to get that hull repaired?
I mean, I'm going to have to divulge to him and the bosun and everybody else telling me what to do. I basically, I have 4 max applications of this, and they
so in that
tell
case,
me where
then,
it goes.
Captain.
Very well. Now, control winds might come in handy here.
It certainly
Oh,
might.
never mind, yeah.
Very well. So I will advise him to repair the engine, and then I'll use control winds to keep the
Keep the air out. So you kind of create a pocket in the opening of the hull to keep the wind.
Look at this, eh? Teamwork.
And I will yell at the crew to grab all the dead on deck and bring them down to the engine room, and I will polymorph them into hull planks.
Sure.
Why not?
Why not?
All right.
Sure that you use that dragon board as well.
So combining your forces together, you're able to get the engine repaired to a degree that the ship will remain aloft, although it's going to need some serious TLC. You're probably going to want to find somewhere to land for the night to do some proper repairs, because if you do come across any other leyline skipping or another pirateer, this ship ain't going to be able to withstand that.
Right, but I'll give them orders, and I assume I have some whatnot that we're having.
You certainly do.
Harbor, as it were.
It seems like the
I won't be
closest...
sleeping during the night when we're
I'll
landed.
be. I will slump over.
Oh, be sure you use Jimsy as one of those planks. Son of a...
Good old Jimsy. Yes, there is a... There does appear to be a small village on an island very nearby, known as Thalagar.
That's where we're set down, then. Or that's where we aim to set down.
Yes. I think you'll be able to navigate yourself down there.
How you doing?
I will say for you, Elminster, as the crew are gathering up the bodies and tossing them in front of you, and then kind of just taking a couple steps back at what you do to them, you do see that one of the crew members, I think Mr. Hooper would be doing this. Just before he throws the body to, he rifles through all their pockets.
Oh yeah. Understood.
And then he gives you the body. He takes all their weapons and their gear and everything.
Understood.
And out of Jimsy's stuff, he does remove a odd, intricate chest.
Ooh.
Mm.
He kind of examines it for a bit. Says, hey, Captain, take a look at this.
Let's see that bit there, Hooper. Now, what do you suppose Jimsy was doing with such a thing?
I wouldn't open it until you've had a chance to
I
take
don't
a
know
look
if I
at it.
can. Some kind of puzzle box thing.
I detect magic on that.
Nothing.
Well, it's not magical.
It seems to have. It's one of those things where you move the little planes about, and then it'll finally give you access.
All right, sir. Course set for Thalagar. We should be there momentarily.
Well done, Hooper.
Closed for a reason.
Indeed. Jimsy. I can't believe that betrayal. A member of my own crew. Several members of my own crew.
He was a
Jimsy and what's his face and Buddy Boy, all of them. All of them.
Oh, buddy boy.
I'm sorry that your friends did this to you.
Oh, they weren't really friends. They're more, underlings. But still, it stings.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Stings something fierce.
Well, we know now who is behind this dislike to Elminster, the blame. It's the Violet Wraiths, or at least that's my theory.
Indeed.
They're radical.
But why?
And as the ship begins to descend down towards the backwater known as Thalagar, and the captain stares at this intricate, interesting chest, we shall leave the session there.
Ooh.
Mm.
Well, it looks like next session we get to figure out how to open that thing.
True enough.
Okay, well, that was a fight.
Yeah.
Yes, we did it. We survived.
A big brawl
And I'm
and
at,
contemplating chess.